welcome back to another video with ZBrosPerformanZ. I know it's been a while. It's been a really long time, actually, since we last made a video, but wanted to welcome you guys back at least now. We finally had time. You know, everybody understands. You know, we have family, we have a lot of things going on, especially with construction. You know, because that's our actual job, and working on cars, as you can see, is our hobby. But we finally had time now to actually start making videos again. And I had a lot of people asking me, like, hey, when are you guys gonna post again? Well, to those people, just know that we love you guys. We appreciate you guys a lot, because if it wasn't for you guys pushing us to record more videos again, then you know, I guess we wouldn't be doing it. But the thing is, we didn't understand, or at least our mind couldn't grasp the fact that people actually watched our stuff here locally. So to us, it's pretty cool. You know, it's a lot of love there for you guys. But without further ado, we have good news. Since the last time you guys saw my car, I don't know if you guys can recall, but we had a lot of things going on with it, but we ended up changing our setups and have a really cool setup now, at least way bigger turbo. I ended up making like 550 wheel with this setup that I have now, but keep in mind, it's still a stock VG33. So pistons, rods, everything literally factory, oil pump still factory too. The only thing I have is that the heads they're ported now, and have cams as well. They're Schneider 284 by 280, and they do very, very good work. The turbo that I have on now, it's I think it's called a Borg-Warner. Yeah, Borg-Warner S369. So a 69 millimeter turbo, and then the rear housing is a 0.91 T4. It has really good top end, but I'll show you guys my setup. That way you guys can see what I'm talking about. So as you guys can see, these headers are, I want to say, I forget the material they are. I do have a box of them, the piping laying around. But anyways, we ended up getting these flanges from Pucker Factory. And then my brother Moises ended up welding these stainless steel headers. And as you can see, these are equal length headers. Since this turbo is a twin scroll, this is actually has a divider in between. So this is a legit twin scroll setup. That's why I had to run two wastegates. But these runners on this are so beautiful. The reason they're gold is because they're Cerakoted, of course. They have 3 layers. So a big shout out to I think it's MMW, and his name's Matthew, and he does painting for cars. He does body work, if I'm correct. I could be wrong. I know there's a lot more things he offers, and he also does Cerakote. But the thing is, when you want to do something like this, you want to go to somebody that's been doing it for years and does it for a living, right? From what I can see, to me, it's art. But I know you guys are wondering, why didn't I get the wastegates painted or the turbo rear housing, you know, at least the color gold? Well, the reason why is because, according to my tuner, Slidewayz tune, he wanted me to upgrade turbos, because now we're becoming dealers for like Pulsar, and we're gonna get eventually matching wastegates that are gonna be black, so it looks nice. V-bands, my cousin pointed out, it's gonna, yeah, they look a little, you know, bad compared to everything else, but eventually I'll get new V-bands as well. But the turbo, I'm gonna have to upgrade my turbo to something that's dual ball bearing, because what I have on now is just a journal bearing turbo. It's an old design, but believe it or not, with the way technology advances now, a turbo that's so smaller than this cannot probably outflow this, you know? It's just the way of technology, so it's advancing. But for now, at least for like a month maybe, I'll be running this turbo and these wastegates at least. See what I can make, you know? So other than that though, I mean, I got the whole engine assembled right here, because I had to put my heads on this bottom end that came off of my brother's car, because as you can tell, this is my old block before I put my car down last year. And you can't really see it, but that's kind of ovaled out, the piston right here. And then the piston rings started scratching the surfaces on this. But let me turn on the light so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Oh, there you go. So as you can see, that gives you a better picture. That happened. That scorching of the piston rings as well. So this engine, I mean, it already had 300,000 miles. So it's whatever's, you know. But I'm gonna have to run the stock bottom end again, just for now, while I save up money, because it's like probably 2 to 3K in pistons, rods, bearings, things of that nature, just to make, you know, 800 horsepower. But then if I want to make 800 horsepower, apparently I have to upgrade my transmission. And I'm still rocking the open differential that came factory with the car. As you can see, this is my engine bay. And it's a little messy right now, but eventually I'll clean it. But yeah, it's everybody wants big power, but nobody wants to spend it, right? That's the thing. But I mean, so far I'll probably stick to like whatever stock bottom end, so probably like 550, 600, and I'll see how long I can hold that out for. And from there, I guess only time will tell. But I'll give myself like a month and a half, hopefully, God willing, everything plays out right. But yeah, this is that's my setup now. And believe it or not, flows really good. For being such a big turbo, this thing spools up at starts building boost at 3,000. I hit full 28 pounds by 4,100. And then, and that's with the heads obviously ported and the cams. And then I redline at 7.5. But my power band is good all the way to like 7.5. So it's like right where I'm shifting, it's already where I started plateau. So it's like I never plateau, if that makes sense. But anyways, I ended up sharing 5th gear last year on my 30A for the Nissan that came with the factory Z31. And now I'm gonna have to be running a Z32 transmission due to the fact that I have no 5th gear. So I had to get a custom transmission mount welded by Moises himself, which is right here. And then factory, also the drive shaft, I have to get that custom made all over again. And I'm gonna take it back to, so you can see, you can't really see that sticker well, but I have one inside my car. But his name's Sharky. And he does really good work with drive shafts. They handle power. And that's his sticker right there, which is one I have here too. But feel free to call him. He's actually here located in Tri-Cities, Washington, or Pasco, Washington, in the Tri-Cities. So obviously Max Drivelines, that's the name. But if you want to look it up in like Google Maps or Apple Maps, it's called Tank Max. That's his number. Give him a call. He'll give you a call as long as you give him the measurements. To me, it ran me probably, I want to say $400 to get my draft shaft made. So probably run me another $400 to get this one made. But yeah, I'll show you guys my transmission actually. I have it over here. So this, the longer one, is a 38 from a Z31. This is Z32 transmission on the left. Z31, Z32. The same exact transmission, but it's just shorter. So that's why I have to get the drive shaft like 6 inches longer. But other than that though, I mean, we'll see what it does this year. But yeah, Moises, you want to tell us what you're going to do to your car?
I thought it was gonna, all right. Thoughts has changed, but okay. Hold on, real quick before we continue. Just look at those headers. Just admire them for a few seconds.
Ignore the turbo will be painted eventually. I know.
Looks good. All right.
Yeah, shout out to Matthew with the MMW.
So, I don't know if Frank told you or not.
Hold on.
Okay,
Let's take this bad boy.
Like I said, I don't know if Frank told you or not, but
there you
my
go.
old engine now belongs to Frank. Are you gonna tell him that you gonna, soup it up?
Yeah, I already told him I was gonna build it.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's not a surprise. Okay. So he's gonna build his old engine, wherever it's somewhere around here. It's a bunch of things. So he's gonna build that one. So in the meantime, Franco's gonna take the crank and the oil pump off of this, but I just didn't want this twin turbo engine just to sit. So I convinced him, and he wasn't really hard to convince. It was kind of easy. I wanted this engine to put in my car. So this is gonna happen. This TT engine, which only came in Japan, as far as I'm concerned, is now gonna belong in this car. I don't know if a lot of you guys are familiar with it, but it does have 2 cams instead of 1. It has 4 valves per cylinder instead of 2 valves per cylinder.
Okay, this one.
It does have 2 solenoids, so that being said, I can no longer run microsquirt. So I'm gonna have to run like some Heltec or something that's a little higher up there. I will build my own intake manifold and my headers. I'm also gonna be building myself. I'm not sure if I'm gonna show you guys the process of me building it because it takes time. It's a lot of time and just a lot of hours into it. But this is what's gonna get into it. This is what gonna go. This is bare right now, but down the road, I am gonna try to shoot for like maybe 700 to 800 horsepower. So down the road, I will have to upgrade a couple of these internal parts, and then at the same time get some, what are they called? The adjustable pulleys, I think.
No, adjustable cam gears.
There you go, adjustable cam gears. For now, how I'm gonna run it is I think I'm gonna add what is that sensor, man? I can't even think for a life.
The crankshaft sensor?
Yeah, the crankshaft sensor. I will add that just so it can be easier to tune. But anyways, that's something that's gonna be in the future. For now, this engine and that transmission, which came off this engine, same car, is gonna go in this. According to what Frank asked the guy, this should just bolt on the subframe. Of course, I think it's the NA subframe, not the turbo subframe. He's got to make the holes bigger, but it'll go in there. And then we'll try to shoot for like maybe 500 horsepower, give or take. It'll be something reliable, I'm hoping. The old setup was like 340, 350 at the most. So it was making good power. It was making power reliably. I can say it. So that'll go in here. I am welding, so you can see this is the whole rat's nest. So I'm wire tucking everything, making it look or trying to look pretty. I just haven't had the time or the money to even work on it. It's why we haven't really uploaded any YouTube videos. Because of that, you know, life hits you and you got other responsibilities you gotta take care of. So this will all be tucked underneath. I will start stitch welding everything. I might just TIG weld it instead of MIG welding it because I don't like how this looks. So I do want to paint this engine bay. So you guys will see that in the process. So I will paint the engine bay, put this motor in there, make some power, and down the road, make this car look pretty. Of course, it won't look pretty for the time being on the outside, but the interior part, like engine bay, motor-wise, it'll look nice. But yeah, that's a little update on my car. I haven't touched in the wall, but I will eventually get to it once I can have a little more time for myself and have a little money that I can just put in this car. But that's it. That's the only update I got for my car. Other than that, it's been kind of the same. Where you see it now is where it's been sitting for the past couple months. So hopefully that can change here in maybe in a month or less than that. So we can get running. We can get this motor running and everything. And I don't know. I want to say October, September, give or take. It may take me longer than that, depending on again the time and money. So I'm excited for it. I hope all you guys are excited for this. With something new and something it's a new platform for me. Well, not really because it's still Nissan, but it does have 2 cams, so the heads part of it is more different for me, and I gotta rewire everything else. But overall, I think it'll be cool. I'm excited for this. And I'm excited for Frank's future build, but for now, that looks amazing. I love it.
Damn, that looks so good.
I'm probably gonna Cerakote mine. Maybe not.
No, we're definitely gonna Cerakote.
Put it down in the comments. What color should I Cerakote my headers? Originally, my brakes. I have Z32 brakes on there, so originally I want to paint them red. That's what I want to do. My old pan, as you can see on Frank's engine right now, it's red. It's trapped red. That's what it is.
There you go.
So I kind of want to stick to that, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So I guess I'll see down the road what I do, because I tend to change my mind a lot. So we'll see. Stay tuned.
Now that I got my hat on, just like Moises. Well, Moises, yeah, so I wasn't gonna say anything about, obviously I needed to take the crankshaft off his car, but the thing is, it's a forged crankshaft. That car will handle 500. We're just gonna re-ring it, redo the...
Reseal it, basically.
Or basically reseal it, re-ring it, and then put bearings on it. So that car will handle 500 reliably. It'll be fine. But this one, obviously, I love the single cams. They have my heart and soul, everything. But yeah, it's a good engine. But right now, it's obviously you see my car sitting, but here in probably hopefully a month I'll be running, if not sooner, and she'll be back on the streets. But I don't know if I showed you guys that I had a bucket seat on now. So we custom made this bracket, and I'll show you guys right now. I had to take off the seat because I was gonna swap out my brake booster because I was gonna put bigger brakes, bigger than these. They're Akimonos, something like that, from a 370Z. I was gonna put them on, but the thing is, I'm gonna take out my engine here in a month because I'm gonna build it. So there's no point of me doing that right now. I'd rather just do it later. But the brakes that I'm talking about are these big bad boys. So if anything, shout out to my cousin Lopez, or Juanito technically.
Look at the size, dude.
Size difference. Like, my goodness, that's huge.
Put it right here.
Like, so instead of being 240 millimeters on the rotors, I'm gonna jump up to 360. That's freaking huge. So I could be wrong on the stock Z32 brake rotor size, but the thing is these are aluminum. So yeah, I'll be putting those on my cousin's car that these were gonna go on, but now they're going on mine, so I'm gonna give him mine and the rotors. And his car is actually out there, which I'll show you guys. I don't think, yeah, they've never seen it, but I'll show you guys this car. Only the OGs from back in the day when we used to go to the car meets when we weren't even turbo will recognize that car. But yeah, I was able to put a bucket seat on my car. Sorry, there you go. So trust me, when I do pulls, I don't feel it. The passenger feels everything, of course, but I don't really feel it. But as you can see, everything's still clean as hell. Interior is good, I just need to put it back together. Little parts of it. Methanol's still there, still spraying it. But people ask me why they get gold headers. Well, here's why. Look at my rims, right? And now look at my headers. So it matches. But like I said, you know, the turbo is the only thing bothering me now. So eventually I'll get that painted. Matthew already gave me a quote on that. So I'll be taking it to him and I totally recommend it. Cerakote is very good. It's not like heat wrap, because heat wrap, so on my car, I would drop $300 in heat wrap just to wrap these headers. And I was buying the heat wrap here locally, and it started staining my headers actually. So he had to dip them in acid, and then I want to say he sandblasted them, but I can't really quote that. It might be something different. Moral of the story is he was able to get the stains off and everything because it was embedding into the steel. And then of course, you know, through the whole process, eventually Cerakoted them, and now they are what they are. But this will keep the heat out way better than heat wrap for my car, because one of the issues that I had was running too hot. And it turns out it was my water pump, but this is gonna help me out too right now. But anyways, ignore this C32 stuff. I might throw in a differential in my car, who knows? I guess we'll find out. But without further ado, Moy, you wanna go open his hood?
Yes.
I'll show you my cousin's car. Now this guy,
You can't drive a Z if you're not bougie, right? So,
yeah.
it's locked, dude.
Oh wait, my key opens it. Hold on. Watch, this is cool, guys. So my key for my Z is not even my key Z, or my Z's key. That is Moises' key to his Z, which he has a spare one, which gave it to me. Thus in turn, I was able to unlock and turn on my car with that same key, right? And it gets better. Oh, see the Marine Corps sticker? That's my key. We need to go get it. All right, so we have to walk around the car. So much exercise. Anyways, I'm just excited, guys. That's why we haven't showed you guys a lot of things, so super excited. My truck, my Z. All right, so key for this car turns on and unlocks this car. All right, watch this. Here we go. Anyways, back to what Moises was saying. You can't drive a Z if it ain't bougie, right? So just give it a second. Normally it doesn't do this. Normally it actually twists. Normally it twists quicker.
I don't want to break the key.
Dude, watch. There you go. Woo. Boom.
There we go.
Why he put that on there, I don't know. Do I question his things and the way he thinks? No. But I support him in anything he does. So we love you, Lopez. Just hope you know that. And we don't judge you.
Nope.
Definitely don't judge. All right, before we pop the hood though, let's see how clean this car looks. Keep in mind, just to pretend that the wheels there are back there, because he has a full set. But oh, it's so beautiful. That's an OG car. But this is the first car, before you pop it, it's the first car we actually wired up micro squirt, like a standalone ECU. The first car we ever welded.
Okay, we tried welding his intake manifold with his brother's spool gun, and that was my first time ever even intending to try to weld aluminum, so bear with me. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's there. We were on a budget back in the day. We're still on a budget, but this is like the budget of budgets of all budgets. So Dyno cool piping is not the greatest, but what the fuck, man?
That's the first time I seen him out there like that. That's cool.
He's slaving me, right?
I thought it was Grady at first, but
back
right.
to
Anyways, yes.
So like I said, there's nothing special, but this is the first basically turbo car that we ever turbo. And here it is.
So it looks like a beauty, but let me point out the little details that you will be able to unsee after I point them out. Moises, you want to start off with number one?
Number one, right here. My goodness.
Look at those wells.
I don't know what we're doing.
I never noticed that.
And look, it was a
Oh, God damn.
it was a big ass hole. And you gotta do what you gotta do to block that hole, right? And all to make boost.
That's like a whole inch of welding, bro.
Yeah, all right, don't
Inch and a half of welding.
Don't plan it too much. Don't plan it too much. All right,
Goodness.
So, it's still, this is a 3.3. It doesn't even have head studs. It still has a stock head gasket from where we pulled it from. I think the junkyard. And it has a fat ass downpipe, which is a 4-inch downpipe. I don't know how I managed to weld that up back in the day, but I did it.
Yeah.
And it has an eBay Garrett turbo. It's a dual ball bearing. He goes off and on with, "You're gonna do ball bearing too." He's always complaining. Well, always telling us how he has dual ball bearing and we don't. So yeah. Anyways, that's one thing. The other thing, I didn't believe tape can hold boost, but it holds boost. There's a hole somewhere around here.
That's what it's for?
Yeah.
You serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. I told him many times I could weld that, but he never listened to me. He just taped it up.
I mean, it held 14 with 14 pounds of boost is what it's tuned at.
Yeah, and then he taped the shit out of his MAP sensor because it was leaking from here, and when you're under boost, this cap right here tends to pop off, and then you have no boost.
Oh, Z31 guys know that.
Yeah, so he did that. What else? His brackets, his brother made. Looks out of Strap from Construction.
That's pretty legit, dude. The straps for the ignition coils.
Yeah, so
That actually looks good.
That's how his brother made those for him, so he can put his coil packs on there.
Okay, keep in mind, guys, his brother does not work on cars, but for not working on cars and welding, like, that's pretty legit. Like, those brackets are actually nice. That's wild. Anyways, continue with.
All right, and so that intercooler piping goes all the way down to his big ass.
I don't even know why I should show you guys this, but I'm gonna show you guys.
With big gaping holes.
That's a 2.5-inch piping, right? Right, all the way there, cross. Okay, everything looks normal. Everything's pretty legit, and then it goes to 3-inch. His wastegate or blow off out, my bad. And then it goes 2.5 right there. To 3-inch, 3-inch, 2-inch, to 3-inch again.
Yeah, he put tape on there to make.
And there's tape right there.
The
The only reason we're showing you guys this is just because you guys are gonna be able to see. Or ignore this. That's just a misinput. We're just having. Yeah, it still has power steering. It's not connected, but it's there.
It has power steering.
The coolant reservoir.
You already know.
You already know the blue one is the best one. But the wiring harness is one thing we gotta fix. Fuel leaks as well. A fuel leak in one of these lines.
Right here, you see how loose it is?
Oh, that one right there. So that one's leaking.
He is leaking.
So yeah, ignore that. But yeah, this car is a really good car. It's super clean. Just little details we have to fix here and there because it's sat for a while. But like I said, the only reason we're showing you guys this car is not to be like, oh, Lopez, this is your car, blah blah blah. No, it's because this car, we're gonna take out the engine. I'm personally myself redo the wiring harness. Moises is gonna fix a lot of the welding he used to, or he, I guess, didn't do that well compared to.
You haven't even looked at the exhaust.
I don't even want to look at the exhaust. But anyways, we're gonna fix a lot of this car, and this car is not gonna look the same. There's gonna be a lot of things that are different, and it's not gonna look like what it looks like now here pretty soon. So I just want to give you guys, at least for our record and your guys' record, before, so we can, when we give you the after, you're gonna be like, wow, that's crazy. That's a big difference. But this car with the stock head gaskets and stock head bolts, it'll handle 22 psi, and my 22 and under. I think he should get ARP head studs and retorque them from, like, instead of, or at least retorque the head bolts to 60, and I think he'll be able to do 25. Because anything after 25 psi, the head gaskets, the firing starts to oval out. That's the issue with the stock head gaskets. That's why you have to go MLS. But yeah, without further ado though, the RX-7. Such a beauty. Such a beauty. Well, you want to tell them how we know about this car?
Well, it was technically a barn find.
It is a barn find, yes.
In a way, this was out in the field for years. We used to live out in Finley, and this car was sitting there. We always looked at this car. A lot of people may even recognize this car because it sat for so long there.
Oh yeah.
buddy of ours, which is Christian, he's our tuner.
Slidewayz tune.
Slidewayz tune, my bad. He purchased this car, and what I'm gonna be doing to it is welding a full exhaust to it from the headers, which is on this side.
Little
back.
Doritos.
Doritos.
Yep, Doritos.
So I'm just gonna be welding exhaust to this, and then he's gonna do the magic and get this car running. Maybe even rebuild it. I don't know, but that's something for him to do when he gets a chance, and that's if he records it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's on him.
But it's clean for what it is. I'm not lying. I was kind of impressed how clean it is.
It's locked right now, but the interior, guys, is immaculate. It's pretty solid. Oh yeah, my bad. Sorry. Oh my goodness. But yeah, guys, that's a little update from our cars. Once I get my transmission bolted on, or I have to swap out the bell housing for the Z32. So the Z32's bell housing bolts onto that engine, right? Which is a twin cam VG. I have a single cam VG, so I have to swap out the bell housing. It's direct bolt on. All I do is unscrew it, take out the bell housing, put it onto this one. That's it.
Oh, wait. For people that don't know what bell housing is.
No, bell housing.
This section here, so from here down, again, from here down, that's your bell housing. Bell housing is the bolts, mates on the motor.
Yes. So yeah, it's a little update on our stuff. Yeah. When I get that on my engine, I'll be able to show you guys at least the process of making the transmission mount. So you guys have an idea of how to make a transmission mount for a Z32 transmission on your Z31. In my opinion, it's one of the easiest upgrades in a way. But the only hard part is finding a bell housing. That's it. So yeah, thought I'd give you guys an update on that. So yeah, that's I guess that's our comeback video. Comeback. Interesting word. Makes Moises moist. I don't like using that word though. That word makes me uncomfortable. But yeah, so just wanted to give you guys a little update. At least me and Moises did, because and like I said, you know, we haven't posted in such a long time, and we finally got the chance to now. So if anything, Juan got a bike, but we'll talk about that later on when he's here. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll post more videos. Goodbye. Gotta say, real quick, Abel's gonna throw in a video of my car on the dyno that. Oh, and we threw it on the dyno last year. Since we have a dyno now, at Slidewayz tune here locally. So if you're needing car tuned, Hondas, anything JDM, let us know. We work on it, we build them, and we tune them, and we have our own dyno. It's a roller dyno too. But anyways, it was gonna show you a video, and then I think I made 556 horsepower to the wheel at the time, and 537 torque. So just letting you guys know. All right, so we're gonna see this. We're gonna leave it as very conservative, but it's only gonna be 25 psi, at least for now, so it can last a while, you know.